Welcome everyone to Soren's Race Review. Today we're going to be reviewing the Atlanta weekend. Well, this is the first of two. There will be another Atlanta weekend. I think it's in July. But we'll be talking about the trucks, Xfinity, and Cup briefly, trying to keep this under 10 minutes. So let's begin. The Truck Series race. Not going to focus much on this race. It was very disappointing. Though I don't know really what we were expecting. It just not a single, I think, spin or car in the wall or truck in the wall, I guess. Not a single spin, truck in the wall, any cautions like that. I think there were a total of three cautions, if that, because you had the two stage cautions and the comp caution. But it was very, very boring. It was mainly Kyle Busch and John Hunter Nemechek. Uh, Bush gave Nemechek the two stage wins, but that's about it. Other than that, it was not very eventful. The people that I expected to run up front kind of ran up front. So, again, if you want to go watch the race, watch a highlight video if it even shows anything. It's not much to talk about. However, there is a ton to talk about in the Xfinity Cup Series. In the Xfinity Series, what an exciting race. It was not the best race of the season by any means, but it was very good. I'd like an 8 out of 10. I thought the racing was okay. There was a kind of good amount of wrecks, maybe one or too many, but some interesting wrecks. He had like a big one in turn 3, because Brett Moffitt kind of cleared himself. You had Josh Berry absolutely taking out the grass. Um, and you had Martin Truex Jr. dominate the first two stages. However, towards the end there, because Noah Gragson, who had gotten caught up in that turn 3 crash, was battling Truex, kind of slowed him up. We had another caution. Um, and Justin Allgaier was able to win the race. So it was pretty cool to see someone other than Truex. Or I didn't want Truex to win. I really didn't. Truex is fine, but I just did not want to see that car go to victory lane. I don't know why. But for the race, that was basically it. But after the race, right, there was an argument. There was a fight. We're going to talk about that. Before the fight, though, I do want to mention I didn't know there was a fight going on. I saw Justin Allgaier's interview, right, and then I left to go do something, and I kept the television on, and then I hear them interviewing Noah Gragson, and it had sounded like a fight had just happened. And I'm like, what the heck? So I thought that was funny. But let's get into the actual argument. And a lot of people have been discussing this, and I need to discuss this too. Hemrick and Gragson had an argument. Basically, it started on pit road because, from what I can tell, Noah Gragson was pitting, right? He had pitted with the lap cars. I think even to help Hemrick. I don't know though why Gragson was pitting with the lap cars. I think it was to repair damage or whatever. And he couldn't get into his pit stall because Daniel Hemrick had to pit again because he had contact with Mason Massey. So Gragson was all pissed off about it. He actually rammed, I wouldn't say rammed, but he backed up his car because Hemrick was right behind Gragson in pit stall. So he backed up his car and kind of bumped Hemrick's front, like the front of Hemrick's car. So there was that. So on pit road after the race, Noah Gragson was getting interviewed by PRN, and Daniel Hemrick came out of nowhere and decided to fight Gragson. They threw some punches. I don't think really any of the punches actually, made contact, but that was still exciting. Harrison Burton actually fist bumped Daniel Hemrick. You gotta remember Burton fought Gragson at Kentucky last year, so they don't like each other. But they interviewed both of them. I don't think it's gonna go anywhere. Doesn't look like it's gonna go anywhere. Seems like it'll probably mellow out, especially since we do have 2 weeks off, or not 2 weeks off, but we have an off week, so I think it'll mellow out. But I thought that was exciting. Definitely on Team Hemrick. I understand why Gregson would be mad, right? Because Hemrick kind of gave no warning that he was even gonna. He just came up and tried to start a fight, but at the same time, Gregson did kind of ram into Hamrick on pit road. Could have hurt crew members, potentially. They didn't penalize Gragson, so I guess that'll basically be it. Let's go to the Cup Series now. This was not a very exciting race by any means. The first two stages were very boring. I think the only action was Kurt Busch got pushed on a restart by Denny Hamlin, got put in the wall. Chase Elliott blew an engine at the end of stage. Well, I guess at the beginning of stage 3, so it wasn't even in the first two stages. He had some good racing, but overall, Kyle Larson absolutely dominated the whole day, basically, until the final stage. They were all the cars had to make it like 60 some laps, and uh, tires were really wearing. Larson didn't save. Blaney did. Blaney passed him. Larson with I think it was like 9 laps to go, and Ryan Blaney got his 5th career win, even though he led like less than 10 laps. So I don't think he led less than 10 laps, but he didn't lead a lot. So Larson did not win after I think leading like 269 laps of the 325. So it is disappointing to not see Larson win. People are saying it's Logano's fault because Logano kept taking Larson's line. Well, I do think it partly that. I think people are taking the blame completely on Logano because it is Logano. I don't think it's just Logano's fault. I think Logano played a part, but I also think that Larson would have easily been able to hold on with Ryan Blaney had Larson saved tires. And some other stuff. If you go watch David Land's video, he has a interesting theory that about why Carl Larson lost, which I thought was very interesting. Go watch his video if you want to see that. But that's basically it. Not much in the Cup Series race, right? The most exciting race is Xfinity Series. Seems like that's the new trend. And while I don't think Xfinity Series is the best series yet, it's definitely every week it gets closer and closer to being the better series to watch. So that'll basically do it. There's not much more to talk about. We go to Bristol Dirt. I'm not going to talk about the practices really. I'm going to mainly talk about the heat races, Truck Series, Cup Series on next Monday. See how it goes. That's basically it, though. Make sure to use code Soren72 when you order off Circle B Diecast. You can get free shipping off all orders $20 or more. And also follow me on Twitter if you want at ReviewSoren. Thanks for watching, everyone, and we'll see you next week at Bristol Dirt. Goodbye, everyone.